Gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Top of the morning to y'all. Welcome to another episode of The Price is Right with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Um, it is Thursday. Beautiful Thursday. I hope all is well with each and every one of y'all, man. Yes, we got a good show for y'all today, man. We just gonna talk about the new additions, the new boys in the hood, as you see with the thumbnail is, you know what I mean? The new boys in the hood now running the Raiders. You know what I mean? Mr. Champ Kelly and Mr. What's his name again? What's his name again? Antonio Pierce, man. You know what the fuck it is. Yes, indeed. We got a good show. Hold on, y'all. I fucking had my beer in the freezer and I poured that shit and the motherfucker just overflowed like a motherfucker. But we good though. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute, y'all. I'll get this shit cleaned up real quick. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Let me clean this motherfucker off real quick, dog. Fucked around, wasn't even paying attention. It got so cold that when I poured it in this cup, it almost turned into like a slushy, a beer slushy. You know what I mean? Get off work, man. Motherfucker be wanting to relax, do this show, put it all together for y'all, man. Got a good little show for y'all today, for real. Okay, I got it cleaned up. I had to get this motherfucker clean one time. Shit, who needs Windex? All you need is some beer. This motherfucker cleaned the table, clean as a motherfucker. Yes, indeed, baby. We got a good show for y'all today, man. There we go. I had to clean that shit up. Damn. I wasn't even paying attention. All right, y'all. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. Yes, indeed, on this beautiful Thursday morning. You feel me? Yada. You know what it is, man. You know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and shout out the chat, man. The world's most dangerous chat. You know how we do this shit. Like, we down like 4 flat tires, man. We got Raider Syndicate in the building, man. Let's go, Raiders. You already know what it is, man. For real. Raider Paul, man. What's up, man? Top of the morning to you. You know what I mean? Good morning. Hope all is well with you. Eagletarian 207, man. What's the business, man? Tops to you. Yes, indeed. I know what's better than one red ring. It's more like 2 of those Mickey Stickies, man. That's right. 2 red rings in the building, man. We in here, though. We doing it. Max in the chat. On his channel. Baby, what happened? Max in the chat. What you mean? That was a thing till today. What he on his talk about Mad Max? Oh man, you gotta let me know, cause I did get at Max and ask him, you know, hey, man, bro, I gotta get you on the podcast, man. Shot him a link to come, you know, check out the show. You know what I mean? Cause I would love to just, you know, talk about his growing up, what got him into football, who was his players that he idolized, and all that good stuff, man. So what is you saying? Max is in the chat on his channel. Our chat on his channel? Didn't know that was a thing until today. Hey, let me know, 2 red rings, what you mean on that one. Hey, what's going on with you, man? Wild Turkey in the building. You know what it is. Raiders or nothing. You know what I mean? Man, good to have you here, man. It's good to have you, man, for real. Snooze Hernandez, man, my dude, man. Salute to you. Top of the morning, man. I hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Who else we got up in here, man? Storm City 410, man. Hey, tops to you. Salute to you. Appreciate you for pulling up and supporting the channel. Good to see y'all, man. The good stuff. What's the deal, man? Raiders. That's right. You know what it is. Tony Shepard, man. What's the deal? Tops to you. Salute. Good to have you here. Chris Ariola, man. Good morning to you as well, man. Hey, shout out to the nation, man. Y'all always pull up in the morning with your boy, man. Appreciate that. Boss Raider. Oh, I'm gonna get the real Raiders one for y'all, cause I say it. Raider. But hey, let me go through the chat real quick, and I'm gonna give everybody they shout out with the Raiders. You feel me? Raider Paul, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. Joel E, what it is, dog? What's good with you, man? Top of the morning. Yes, indeed, man. You hit that like, man. Right on, Tony. That's right. NorCal Raider Jesse, man, the mod with the most, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Always love, man. Willie Wayne, what's the deal, man? Tops to you. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Raider Pete, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. Straight out of Compton, huh? Oh my goodness. Riding points. That's right. We got AP in the coach's box. You feel me? Yeah, man. I like the positive energy that man gives off, man. I got at him too. I don't know if he'll get back at me, but I'm trying to get these guys on the podcast, man, and welcome them in. You know what I mean? I just like to talk shop. You feel me? Talk football. You know what I mean? What got them in what made them play football? You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you, like with me as a kid, when I got into Pop Warner, I was outside playing, and two of my homies was on their bikes cutting out. I'm like, where y'all going? They said, we about to go sign them for football. I said, oh shit. I went inside, I said, Dad, I said, can I go with such and such and them to go sign up for football? He's like, go ahead. Man, we rode our bikes, man, for hella block. That's back in the day when you could ride your bike for hella. And we did. Man, went and signed the best thing I ever did in my life, man. Football, man. Hey, that you talk about a sport that teaches you how to work with others, how to overcome obstacles and adversity, and just, you know what I mean? Just teach you good fundamentals in life that you can carry on with you, and it carries on to being an adult and help shape you into the person you become. Sports is the thing, man. Have my son do it, all that stuff, man, for real. Shout out to all, man. Raider Fontaine, man. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning. What's cracking with you, man? Glad to have you here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Everybody's all welcome, man. Okay, we're getting ready. Let's see. Cassano Crowder, man. Good morning to you. Tops. Good to have you here. The Gaffler, man. What is the deal, man? That's right. Raider Nation for life. Man, appreciate you, man, for real. Let me see who else we got up in here, man. So we can go ahead and dive into this show, man. I got some good stuff for you, good content. You feel me? Brian Rodriguez, man, what is the deal? We signed Jalen Smith. Hold on, bro. Y'all be giving me all this information. I'm not even up. Hold on, I'm about to check it out in a minute. Just one moment. Give me a second, y'all. Let me get through this chat real quick, man. Salute to everybody, man. I'm glad y'all here. Appreciate y'all for real. I gotta check my stats on my on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, now known as X. You know what I mean? I guess by all means necessary, huh? Pun intended. The good stuff, man. Tony Shepard, salute to all. NorCal, 2 red rings. Oh, in his chat. He was answering questions in his chat on his channel. I'm trying to get him up on here, man. What's the deal, Brando? Tops to you, man. Appreciate you. He said, go ahead and sleep in, Josh. Hey, for real. Oh, my goodness. Raider been in the building, man. Salute. All right, man, I'm trying to get to the end of this chat so we can go ahead and jump into everything. I know I was running a little bit late. Pyro, my dude, man, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up, man. Good to have you here, man, for real. I'm about to hit the Raiders on everybody in a minute, man. Gravy, my dude. My beard guy. What's the deal, my guy? Oh, man. Raider Paul, what's the deal? It's all over the news. Man, y'all got, I'm lost in the sauce, man. Hold on. I'm up here, man. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. Oh, shit. Fuck, I'm just fucking up on shit already, dog. Hold on. Raiders out here politicking and shit. Raiders politicking. He said he don't got. My son said he don't got school next week on Thursday. Damn, he up. Oh, that's right. You gotta go to school this morning. I'm tripping. I gotta see if he's out of school Friday. That means I get to have him for the weekend early. That's what I be loving, spending time with my boy. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, shout out to the Raiders, man. Raider Nation, man. You know what it is. Let's go ahead and get it in, baby. Yada, you know what it is, man. Salute to the Raider Nation, man. You know how we get down with the get down. All right, so what we gonna do today is I'm gonna break down some stuff. We know we had the press conference with Champ Kelly and AP yesterday. You know, welcoming them in to the interim position, as well as I have some other stuff I want to break down with James Jones, former wide receiver with us, formerly of Green Bay and the Raiders, talking about what exactly was going on behind closed doors and so forth. We're gonna get into all that. Matter of fact, the first thing let's bust down that first before we get into the real press conference from yesterday. But I want to tap into what James Jones was saying, because this is going to give you a little bit of insight as far as what was going on with the situation before Josh McDaniels and Ziegler was relieved of their duty with the Las Vegas Raiders. Shout out to everybody that's here watching, man. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like, man. You know what I mean? Leave a comment, share the video, hit the notification bell, do all that, man. It don't cost a dime to be a part of mine. You feel me? So once again, man, we're gonna get into this James Jones interview on the show he was on, and he gave some good insights as far as what exactly led to everything going down the way it's going down, and then as well as coming from AP's point of view as well, as far as he knew what he's seen things going these last couple of weeks, but it wasn't his place to say anything. So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and dive into this. Fair use for entertainment and educational purposes only. Once again, fair use. Let's get it.
I believe this had to happen. I mean, I've been in that building for the last 2 years, but I think it really hit rock bottom these last 2 weeks. And it's been a bunch of chaos over there, especially when you talk about the head coach. And you start with the players, right? We all been in these locker rooms to where when you have a team meeting and you are voicing your frustrations, whether it be coach, whether it be play calling, whatever it may be, we all know when we have team meetings, it's only one good thing that can come out of here, and that's go on the football field and find a way to win so you can say the team meeting helped.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, right? They had a team meeting. A lot of these players, a lot of these key big-time players their frustrations on things you could have done better, things that we want to do, things that we're not seeing, whatever it may be. You had this team meeting, and you go out there on the offensive side of the football, and you score 7 points. The defense scored a touchdown, and the defense got 3 takeaways, right? One thing, I try to learn a lot from y'all up here, you know, even as y'all talk, if y'all don't think I'm listening to y'all. One thing that stuck to me when Acho, you said, a head coach, number one, take care of your side of the football.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you get to take care of your side of the football, He has not done that. This team is 16 points a game this season. Since he's came to Las Vegas, he has not done his job on the offensive side of the ball. And you're talking about guys that you had like Derek Carr. You had Darren Waller. You had Hunter Renfrow. You had Devontae Adams. You had Josh Jacobs. You had big-time players on this offense, and you never got your side of the ball done. But when it comes to Mark Davis, I think he held out as long as he possibly could to give Josh these chances to really turn this thing around. And I think this is a move that he had to make for Raiders Nation and for the players and the coaches that was in that locker room. I think he had to make this move.
And that's facts. He had to make a move. Vincent Bonsignor had an interview with Mark, and Mark Davis said this. He said it just didn't work out. Owner Mark Davis told me about the Josh McDaniels tenure as he contemplates his next move. He said, we have to get it right. See, now, a lot of people want to give Mark Davis flack, but one thing I know about Mark Davis is he's passionate about winning. He's passionate about supplying his players with everything they need to do so. Now, sometimes you hit and miss in life. Sometimes you make the wrong mistake about the girl you thought was the girl of your dreams. Come to find out, she wasn't. You feel me? Sometimes you make the wrong decision about who you let in close to you, thinking that this person is a good close friend, and then that's a snake in the grass right underneath you. You made the wrong decision. You know what I mean? So the only thing about making bad mistakes in life, that's why I said same thing with rookies. They make mistakes. You got to learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then it's an issue. Now, Mark Davis made the decision a couple of years ago to go ahead and bring these guys in here to help turn this franchise over and give us a better commitment to excellence, but it didn't work out. It didn't. And him understanding that, you got to know, and there's a saying I always say, and I use it towards like any relationship or whatever in life you want to use it for. But if it's hurting you more than helping you, then you need to cut your ties. Anything. If it's hurting you more than helping you, you need to cut your ties. And that's exactly what Mark Davis did. These guys here, it was hurting this team more than it was helping us. We weren't improving. We were going backwards. There was a regression, which this is not what was planned on. This is not what was hoped for. So as an owner that is concerned with this happening, the best thing you need to do is go ahead and cut your ties regardless of the salary that's left for these individuals under whatever 6 years and whatever deals they had. Now, Mark Davis, contrary to what most might believe that he's cash strapped, is a damn lie. Because looking up last night, I was going over statistics with Mark Davis. His net worth is $2.3 billion. Now, some may say, well, no, that's not his net worth. That's just, that's what the teams are worth. No, that's his net worth. The Raiders' net worth is $6.3 billion. The Las Vegas Aces' net worth is $14 million. So that 2.3 is specifically Mark Davis's net worth. Now, I know the net worth on the internet, Googling it, ain't always correct. So you might as well count it as a ballpark figure. But that is his net worth. He's not hurting he's a billionaire. Facts. He's a billionaire. So it ain't he's cap strapped. He's willing to pay Gruden, Ziegler, McDaniels just to get this team right. He's willing to burn money in the fireplace just to get this team right. You can't knock that man for doing what he's doing. Yeah, he made mistakes. He chose the wrong guys. But his main focal point now is that's yesterday. Today, we got to get the right people in here. Now, he believes in Pierce. He believes in Kelly and believes that these guys could actually come in here and this is their dry run. Only half a season, but this is a dry run from them to go ahead and prove that they're suited for this job. They're suited to turn things around. And to be honest with you, listening to the interview, listening to the press conference, I feel they are. I think they have the characteristics. I think they have the personality and the will to win to get us back on track. I think I like the fact that Pierce is a stern individual. He's not going to take no bullshit and ain't no half stepping. You feel me? Shout out to Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. Ain't no half stepping. It's only one way to do it. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and continue on with part 2 of James Jones's discussion on the show, talking about the Raiders and the behind closed doors as far as what went on and why things needed to happen.
I think when Josh McDaniels first got this job coming from New England, you think you're getting a guy that knows how to do it, knows how to run the organization, coming the Patriot way, right? You're giving him a lot of leeway to do what he wants to do with this roster and all that type stuff. And you had a bunch of people believing that he can get this job done. They weren't believing anymore. Players, coaches, whoever you want to point it at, owner, they weren't believing that he can get this job done anymore, and I think that's why this move came. It came because the players, the locker room wasn't believing in Josh no more. The coaching staff, I don't think a lot of people were believing in his vision and what he can get accomplished over there anymore, and I think that's why Mark had to make this decision to be able to fire him 2 years into a 6-year contract. I think that's why it had to come.
And I agree. They're saying what he's saying is Josh McDaniels lost the locker room. Now I know we're usually tight-lipped. We don't leak stuff. So we didn't really know. The only thing that we can do as the nation and being the fan base of this organization is pretty much speculate. And we kind of knew that even though they never quit on the field, but still, it just wasn't working. So a change had to come, and a change came. Shout out to Sam Tanker, man. Thank you for being here. Raider Nation Live, man. What's the deal, man? Top to you. Mike G, man. Tops to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Like I said, I got Greg Lear. What's the deal, man? See, that's another thing, Greg Lear. Gruden was on the right pathway. Every year he improved this team for the 4 years he was here. And then the league want to go ahead and step their little snake in the grass ass, hissing ass motherfucking, you know what I mean, in the way and kept threatening for us to get rid of him. And when Mark Davis said no, then they said, well, we're just going to leak out more. Hey, I hope Gruden slaps the shit out of him in court. That's some scandalous shit. I hope they have to turn over every email as evidence and let all these old ass, bastard ass owners and commissioners and whatnot get all their emails out there too. You trying to condemn a man for something he said 10 years ago. You know what I said 10 years ago? None of your business. But if you leak that shit out, what the fuck does it got to do with anything with me today? You know what I mean? My views can change over 10 years. I can become a better man in 10 years. So you to leak some shit out that happened, that Gruden said in some emails, something that's supposed to be private. How is not emails private? But if you get caught in my mailbox opening my motherfucking mail, that's a federal offense. This is just the electronic version of mail. That's why it's called an email, electronic mail. Shouldn't that be some kind of offense of you opening my emails that ain't to you? That's federal. Let me go around the neighborhood going in people's mailboxes and taking their fucking mail, and it don't matter what's in the mail. They could be sending off for some porn shit or whatnot. That is none of my business what's in that man's mailbox. But I think there was a vendetta out. I think that it was not the fact that misogynistic shit was said or some insensitive things was racially said, which he never mentioned anything racial. He just talked about somebody's lips being big. So if somebody's lips being big is really true, I can't speak on it. Because even what you call it, fucking Warren Sapp said the same thing. He said he didn't say that about DeMaurice Smith. He said, have you seen DeMaurice Smith's lips? So what, if it's something factual and I can't speak on it? He didn't say, oh, that black bastard got lips like a Firestone tire. He didn't say no shit like that. He didn't say that pickaninny, that coon. He ain't said no shit like that. He didn't use the N-word. He didn't say none of that shit. Now, he might have said some shit that was insensitive towards women and not really gays, though, because he was basically blaming the NFL for, well, who was the guy that the Rams drafted, the gay dude, Michael Sams, came out and he said that he felt the NFL forced the Rams to draft dude. You don't have to force nobody to draft somebody if they don't want to draft them. As we see, he didn't pan out, so it had nothing to do with his sexual preference. It had everything to do with his lack of production. So, but for something 10 years to be said to come and haunt you, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So I hope everything that you guys sent in emails also, fuck it, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I hope the commissioner, I hope your emails get exposed. I hope everybody, all the Dallas's Cowboy owner, all you motherfucking redneck sons of bitches out there that know deep down inside you got some racial issues with yourself. You know what I mean? Just like we seen that old school picture of the Cowboys owner at a damn rally protesting against school segregation. I mean, protesting for desegregation of schools. For Brown versus the Board of Education. Oh, I was just there watching. What the fuck you was watching? Watching what your little white friends keeping the black students from being able to enter? Threatening them? Because that's what happened in that era. Like I said, man, I hope all that shit come to light. Like they say in the Bible, he who's without sin cast the first stone. Come on now. Hey, shit, hey. What's kept in the dark shall soon come to light. It's coming. It's coming. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Sorry for rambling on, but I be hating injustice, period. That's one thing I hate with a passion. Injustice, whether it's male, female, black, white, gay, straight, tall, short, fat, skinny. Injustice is not a good shit. It's not good. Okay, I lost some shit. So let's go ahead and get back into the show, man. Shout out to all y'all. Yeah, Greg, it should be voided. You know what I mean? But see, these contracts, the way these coaches get are fully guaranteed. Like, I wish I had a fully guaranteed contract with my job. So when they decide to fire me, they'll pay me for the next 6 years. You feel me? I get fired, I might get another motherfucking dime. They're going to pay me my vacation time. They're going to pay me all the shit that they owe me. You know what I mean? But after that, no, bro, you ain't going to collect no salary. Because if they did that to jobs, man, they make these jobs second think about firing motherfuckers for bullshit. Hold on, Gaffler. One thing I can say, can't nobody say anything bad about Mark Davis. What did Mark Davis do wrong? For work, having a group of people tell him and help consult him on who to hire? Don't forget, him hiring Ziegler and McDaniels was not all his choice. He had a group of people in his ear telling him. And plus, at that time, McDaniels was one of the most highly sought after potential coaches. Let's keep that in mind. It wasn't the Raiders the only team that wanted to hire him. It just didn't work. You can't say everything this man ain't been done for the franchise. We never had a new stadium. We played in a piece of shit ass stadium that shared a field with a baseball team. When it rained, the dugouts at that damn stadium filled up with sewage. Shit and piss, bruh. Raw sewage at that damn stadium. The only thing they ever did at that stadium was build Mount Davis, and that was just to bring them back from L.A. L.A. didn't even build the Raiders a new stadium. They promised them one, but they never got one. Everybody been selling the Raiders dreams. So as soon as a city like Las Vegas steps up, not did they sell us a dream, they gave us a dream. Come on, you can't tell us our stadium ain't the best in the NFL. Yeah, they had to move out of Oakland to get it, but every time they left Oakland was to get a new stadium. They moved to LA because of that. LA never gave it to them. So they moved right back to Oakland. Oakland still ain't gave it to them. When we gonna start pointing fingers at these cities and counties that promise motherfuckers shit that they never bring to the table? Why you think the A's are leaving? So just because the Raiders were the first to leave, well, we got to blame them. And like I said, I was a seasonal ticket holder in Oakland. I would have loved for them to stay there. But I would love for them to have a new stadium there. But it's fucked up the way the politics in Oakland is, where you got the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda both are sharing property. That's never a good thing. That's like you and your wife own a house. Neither one of you guys want to live in it, but y'all getting a divorce. Who's going to get the house? Who's going to be able to sell it to who and do what with it? See, now it's a big old conflict. Oakland wants to do this with the property. The county of Alameda want to do this. They don't agree. It's too many hands in the pot. That's the real politics of this shit. Mayor Kwan promised Coliseum City. What the fuck happened with that? Was it a lie so she can get reelected? Probably so. See how they use the Raiders to help their own political welfare? So Mark Davis moves the team. Not only does he move the team, Vegas gives him $750 million that he does not have to pay back. That was not a loan. That was Vegas' portion of getting this beautiful ass stadium built just to get them here. $750 million the Raiders did not have to touch. Then on relocation fees, any team that gets a new stadium built, the NFL has a pot for about $200 to $300 million as well. So this is how the game works. Just like you want to blame Mark Davis for the ticket prices. The motherfuckers reselling the tickets or running the ticket prices up that high. The Allegiant Stadium is sold out, bruh. It's sold out. That's what a PSL is. You pay for the purchasing licensing agreement to buy season tickets. There is no available season tickets at the Raider games. So the tickets that you're buying to go to the game are Raider fans or fans that ain't Raider fans that bought season tickets that can only make a couple of games and then sell the rest of them for profit. That's why the ticket prices are high. The individual reseller is listing the price of the tickets for that much. That's not the face value of the ticket. I'm telling you how the game go. Raider Goon, what's the deal, man? Salute to you. That's why I said we always pointing fingers at the wrong person. No, I ain't never did coke, bruh. I ain't never did coke. I sold coke. I sold crack. I sold ecstasy. Sold all that shit. I was never the one to be enticed in using that shit. Never did sherm. You know what I mean? Never did meth. Weed, the only thing I ever fucked with. Can't say that for a lot of others though. And I never actually my roommate was a stripper. I had to make sure when you get a roommate, make sure she can bring in the paper. Strippers do that. They bring in the money. So yeah, the rent was taken care of. You feel me? Yeah, Andy Reid's DoorDash, man. This motherfucker got like 24 pink box donuts. You know what I mean? Motherfucker got like 15 packs of Jolly Ranchers. Nigga got sperm flavored toothpaste. Okay, let me continue this. I can't even find that damn update shit. All right, let me get back to the thing. All right, so now let's go the press conference that was yesterday. I want to get in on what AP his defensive expectations are from this team.
First and foremost, being a defensive player, you stop the run, man. You build that wall. We make it one-dimensional, and like I tell Max, go eat. Go eat. Party at the quarterback, and let's celebrate and have fun doing it. So what I like to see those guys keep doing, and Patrick Graham, let loose. Pin your ears back. Let the dogs loose. And, when the Raiders are rolling on defense, you guys see it. It comes through the TV. Max Crosby's energy is, I'm trying to match his today. And I got to match that for the next 10 to 12 weeks.
See, and that kind of statement right there, though, when he told Patrick Graham, let the dogs loose. Get loose. Pin your ears back and get after them. So I'm thinking to myself, could it possibly be that McDaniels had total control where he didn't allow Patrick Graham to be that aggressive? Did he play too reserved? You know what I mean? Like, was he the reason why we were like bend and don't break type mentality? And Patrick Graham went to get after it? Because for Pierce to say he told Patrick Graham to do that is telling me that Patrick Graham wasn't doing that before. And if he wasn't, why? It almost kind of sounded like Pierce was giving him the okay. Hey, let the dogs loose. Get after him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, was he being restrained from being able to run the defense in that type of fashion, being aggressive? Because I know sometimes you gamble. When you're overly aggressive, sometimes you leave yourself open for a big play. But what they say about when you be gambling, scared money don't make no money. You know what I mean? Scared money don't make no money. So you got to get out there and go for it. You feel me? So if we see a different defense as far as the real aggressiveness, the attack mode that they in Sunday versus the Giants, then we're gonna know, hey, bro, this was not the same defense that we were seeing this year. You feel me? So, hey, that's another thing to keep your eye on too, is the defense. Does the defense look any different Sunday coming up compared to what has happened so far this season? All right. Now, one thing I had made a statement about, I told y'all about head coaches. You don't need a head coach to talk about McDaniels wasn't a leader of men. You don't need a motherfucker to be the leader of men. Can't no coach lead me nowhere. He can give me directions. He can tell me what he expects, but he can't lead me nowhere. How you gonna have a motherfucker lead me in a fashion that he never been out there and let anybody in? And it should be on the players. And just to prove my point, that's exactly what Antonio Pierce said. He said the same thing of what leaders are. Leaders are the players on the team. And I said, Max Crosby can be a leader of men. Devontae Adams, he can lead those men. That's who you want to be your leader, is your equivalent. You know what I mean? So let's get into that.
The best teams that I've ever been on as a player or as a coach, player ran. Player ran. Bottom line. Devontae knows what it is. Max Crosby knows what it is. Robert Spillane knows what it is. Our captains and leaders know what it takes. They got to go out there and do it. And they got to carry that message and make sure that resonates. And we block out all this outside noise, because we're going to get some over the next, 72 plus hours. That is just us against the world. And that's our mentality going to be right now. Us against the world. Raider Nation against everybody else.
Raider Nation versus everybody else. The leaders have to lead the men. When you on the field in battle, the leaders lead. That's who lead the men. The players that you play with, that's your leaders. Your coach ain't your leader. You can't have no old frail ass, old ass, never been in war, never been on the front line type motherfucker leading you. That's like a motherfucker that ain't never cooked gumbo in his life trying to teach me how to cook gumbo. Motherfucker, you ain't never even made gumbo. You know what I mean? A motherfucker that ain't never rebuilt a transmission trying to show a motherfucker how to rebuild a transmission. Fuck that. Give me somebody who knows how to do that shit. Let them lead me, because I trust in them because they've been here before. Now, they'll trust in Pierce because he's been a former player. But like he said, he's delegating that to the leaders of the team. Lead these guys. Every good team that he's ever been on, the leaders lead. They ran it. They ran the team. And that's exactly what I was saying. The same exact shit. Okay, let's continue on, man. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the fact that they're benching Garoppolo in favor of Aiden O'Connell. And then they also move Bo Hardegree from the QB coach to the offensive coordinator, which I find to be a brilliant ass move. A brilliant move. And this is my breakdown of that. Bo Hardegree, quarterback coach. You got a team with 2 veterans and a rookie. Who do you think Hardegree is spending most of his time with? Most likely the rookie. Because as a QB coach, I got to help develop him. You're not developing Garoppolo. You're not developing Hoyer. They are who they are. But Aiden O'Connell, he gets special treatment. He's the rookie. He's the rookie. So that's who I would assume and expect my QB coach to be in the ear of to get him right. So not only is that the case of the matter is, also him working with Aiden O'Connell in the fashion that he did as a QB coach, he also should know Aiden O'Connell's strengths and weaknesses. So therefore, Bo calling the plays should know what plays to call that's going to best be suited for Aiden O'Connell's strengths. I'm not going to call a play that I know he's weak at. I'm going to put plays out there that this kid I know is going to succeed in because I've been working with him all freaking year. I know what Aiden O'Connell can do. I know what he's good at doing. So that's the kind of plays I'm going to call up as the offensive coordinator now. Brilliant move. Brilliant move. And then I'm going to show you the key similarities and how the paths of Bo Hardegree and Champ Kelly's, how their paths cross. Because when they were talking in the press conference, Champ Kelly also let that be known as well. So let me go ahead and get into that as well. So this is AP and Champ Kelly on Bo Hardegree.
Bo went in there today. The offense, I spoke with those gentlemen. They know exactly the task and the plan going forward and what kind of offense we want to portray. And, are you going to sit there and rip with the whole playbook? No. But you better go to your key guys. I'm not a fool. I'm a player. Remember, I was a player before I was a coach. Player ran business.
I've had the privilege of working with Bo in 3 different buildings now. He's not afraid of the moment. So we're confident in him. He's going to be authentically himself in this situation. So you'll see Bo.
So Champ Kelly said he's worked with Bo Hardegree in 3 different buildings. Well, let's take a look at that. Where it was and what positions they held at the time when they actually were in the same building with each other. All right, you can see highlighted in the light yellow. This is where they cross paths and where they work together at the same time. As you see to the left, you got Bo Hardegree and Champ Kelly to the right. This is their career portfolio. You see that Hardegree was with Denver Broncos in 2014 as offensive quality control coach. At that same time, between 2010 and 2014, Champ Kelly was assistant director of pro personnel with Denver. So that's the first time they crossed paths. The second time in their career, well, there's more than that because they also went 2015, Hardegree still with Denver. He goes off to Chicago Bears in 2015. Champ Kelly in 2015 and 2016 was with the Bears as well. Hardegree with the Bears was offensive assistant, and then Champ Kelly with the Bears at that time was director of pro scouting. See, now you're starting to piece it together, the familiarity amongst the two. Now you move on further. Now with us, their third path they crossed is with the Las Vegas Raiders. 2022 to 2023, Bo Hardegree was the quarterback's coach And then in the same time span with the Vegas Raiders, you got Champ Kelly, who was assistant general manager, and now both of them has been moved up to interim offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. So he's still the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator with us. So he's still going to be dealing with the quarterbacks on full-time basis as well as being the play caller. Then you got Champ Kelly, who is now the interim general manager. So these guys are familiar from Denver to Chicago to the Las Vegas Raiders. These guys has worked together. They have worked together. You know what I mean? So that's why when Champ Kelly said, I said, that's interesting. Let me go back and see what positions they held at what time in their career and with what teams. So there it is right there. So, hey, sometimes it's good to stick with people that you know. And I wonder if that's how Hardigree even got the job with the Raiders as QB coach in the first place, is because of Champ Kelly. We got to think about that too. When they was putting the roster together, who, you know what I mean? Did he throw his name in the hat as far as, I got somebody for you that I've worked with previous in Bo Hardigree? Hardigree comes off the Gacy coaching tree, which Gacy was with the Jets and the Dolphins. It didn't end too well, you know what I mean? But like I said, some people are better coordinators than they are head coaches. So that's one thing right there that these two got a familiarity with. Okay, the next thing I want to talk on is when I told you we played James Jones about what was going on between so that basically the shit James Jones is saying is factual, and this is gonna be AP going ahead touching up on what was going on. Did he sense it? And he's gonna let you know. He's gonna keep it raw and uncut. That he sensed things, and he's gonna give you the timeline as far as when things were going bad. Remember, James Jones said for 2 weeks things been going bad. Let's listen to what AP said.
Well, you just knew the last 2 weeks we weren't ourselves. Obviously, I was a bit on focus on the defensive side of the ball, coaching the linebackers, so my focus was there. But you could just sense as a team, you could feel the aura in the building. You could feel the aura in the locker room and when you're around the guys. So did I have a good sense of it? Yes. Was it my place to talk about it and discuss with anybody? No.
So see, for the last 2 weeks, this has been going down. This is when the loss of the locker room has started and finally met its end. You know what I mean? And I heard that too, because they said that after the what you call it, the Green Bay Packers win, Mark Davis wasn't happy. Even with that win, he wasn't satisfied. He was not happy with that. And he did not want to jump too early. Remember, I told you, what any owner is going to do is due diligence. He's going to let everything, he's going to exhaust every avenue for that coach to try to turn it around before he off with his head. You feel me? And that's exactly what happened. It's just middle of the season. It was time. It was time. I understand it. The Detroit debacle, and then previously before that, losing to the Chicago Bears, that was a bad taste in your mouth. But it all started with the mediocre win against Green Bay. And then it just, to me, it started snowballing and then came to the final point where Mark Davis actually went and talked to the leaders of the team and asked them for their opinion. What do you think? What is going on? What do you think? Do you think the locker room is lost? How do you think? You know what I mean? A report also came out that Hunter Renfrow was going to be traded to the New Orleans Saints. Mark Davis stopped that shit. He said, nope, there's going to be changes made. No trades going through. That's what prevented shit from happening. Because God knows, if Hunter Renfrow was gone, who else would have went by the deadline also? You know what I mean? I heard that the Jets were strongly after trying to get Devontae Adams so he can end up being back with Aaron Rodgers again, once healthy. They was heavy after Devontae. And I heard Devontae was like, do you think there still be a change of scenery? Now, I don't know if he was referring to his own change of scenery or changing the scenery of the coaches. You know what I mean? I can't speculate. Because there's a difference of asking for a trade and then saying change of scenery for somebody. You know what I mean? And he didn't say, is there a chance of me having a change of scenery? I can't remember the exact quote verbatim, but it was to the liking of, is there still a chance for a change of scenery? And I'm thinking he talk about, is there a chance of getting rid of the coaches? Rather than he could just came out and said, can I would like to be traded. Now, some people may read it as such, you know what I mean? But he even came out and said he don't really want to speak on shit because the media like to take things out of context as far as what he meant. You feel me? So I don't know. He could have been talking about him being a trade, but why not just say I want to be traded rather than be like, is there still a chance for a change of scenery? That sound like, is there still a chance these coaches is gonna be the fuck up out of here? You know what I mean? And even Antonio Pierce was talking about when they had that open floor and they allow everybody to get shit off their chest, they said there was some shit said that's gonna ruffle some feathers. You just have to have thick skin and take it. Because he said even I'm gonna hear some shit that I probably don't want to hear. You know what I mean? But it's healthy to hear it, get it all out there. And for them to have that kind of meeting and them to do what they did against the Lions on Monday Night Football was a total disaster, a total embarrassment. You know what I mean? You can't have a team. You can't have a situation where everybody airs it out, and then you go out there and play like you never aired it out. Like the same, you still. Everybody said what they needed to be done differently, what they want to try. And you would think that the coaches would take that to heart and be like, okay, we're going to try this different. We're going to do that. And come out and do the same shit. Same 7 points. All the offense scored was 7. Unacceptable. Now you got a couple of people that's unemployed. Do you feel sorry for them? I don't feel sorry that they lost their job, but I feel sorry for the fact that they lost it. You know what I mean? Oh, they said the Ravens wanted Josh Jacobs too. See, hey, that's what. Thank God that these guys got relieved of their duties, because right now we could be sitting here with a roster empty as shit. Empty as shit. Yeah, man, they fools want our, because people know we got talent. They know we got talent. We just need the right motherfucker to draw up the blueprint for to get the best out of that talent. I think right now, I think Champ Kelly and Antonio Pierce, I think this is what's meant for them to be. Exactly where they're at right now. This is meant for them to be. You know what I mean? So we're going to see how this happens. If I tell you, Sunday, if they come out and this looks like a totally different team out there, somebody made the right decision. And it's most likely somebody that people don't want to give credit to. MD, Mad Dog. I'm going to start calling him Mad Dog 2020. Mark Davis, Mad Dog. You know what I mean? He chose these guys. And Davis said after talking to Antonio Pierce, he said he felt comfortable and felt this is the guy we need. I trust in this guy. Giving Antonio Pierce an opportunity to be a coach, and I believe if he does good this year, he will be brought back. Why? Because Mark Davis learns from his mistakes. He remembers what last happened with Biasha. You know what I mean? The team followed behind him. He kind of revved people up. Antonio Pierce seemed like that kind of dude to rev people up. And I don't think he's going to go down that same path as far as if you get a good response from your team by putting the right individual at head coach. You can't ignore that fact. You got to grant Pierce everything. You got to give him that opportunity. If he puts that spark under their ass that really gets the best out of our talent, and Champ Kelly makes the right personnel moves, it ain't going to happen right now because free agency is not free agency, but the trade deadline is done. But there are free agents out there that you could get that can come in and help. We still got a limited amount of cap that we can use. You know what I mean? On half a season, you're not going to pay a whole lot. You know what I mean? Half a salary. We got like about $8 million last time I checked. So, you just got to let it go, bruh. Let Kelly, and I would love to see Kelly come back around, which I don't think Kelly's going to be gone after this year. There was a reason why he was the assistant GM. He was being groomed to be a GM. Now, if he would have became a GM anywhere else at another team, we would have got 2 third-round picks for him. You know what I mean? If Patrick Graham gets a head coaching job anywhere else, we get a 3rd-round pick for him. Those are the new compensations for the minority hiring program. You know what I mean? But you can't get the picks for hiring them yourself. That's the one thing. It has to be other teams. I don't think if these guys do good, I don't think they go nowhere. Now, you might adjust the personnel helping them, but as far as if Pierce and Champ, like I said, Champ Kelly is solidified. He ain't going nowhere. He's the GM. But if Pierce does his thing at coach, I know Mark Davis ain't going to just overlook that shit and then gamble on getting somebody that you don't know the outcome is going to happen. You know what I mean? You didn't know the outcome with Josh McDaniels and Ziegler. You was hoping, but it just didn't work. It's just one of those things. You can't knock that man for gambling. Every team gambles. And not everybody hits on they bet. Oh yeah, Mark Davis already knew what he was gonna do. That's why I said when they said that after that Green Bay game, and we won that game, but after that game he was not happy with it. You know what I mean? And see, one thing I can. This is what I applied. I applied the Las Vegas Aces. And this is why I say this. Because the Aces, him being the owner of the Aces and being back-to-back champs, which has not been done since 2000, over 20 years, there has not been a WNBA team to go back since, I think, the LA Sparks. But any kind of championship is intoxicating. You start demand, like you gotta have more of it. It's addictive. That's what Kobe Bryant said the same thing. Michael, it's addictive. You're intoxicated. You're drunk by success. You gotta have more. That makes you work even harder. So I'm knowing Mark Davis as an owner experienced that. You know what I mean? Now it's time for the Raiders, for him. He desires this team to win a Super Bowl. I don't know why people hate on this man. It ain't like he just fucking owns a team just to own it. Most of these other owners only own a football team because it's a fucking hobby. This is not a hobby to Mark Davis. This is his job. This is his business. There's a different sense of urgency, a different sense of compassion. Because this is your grits and gravy. Everybody else, they buy football teams and they sell them. They buy and sell. That's all it is. They want to get. It's like buying stock. I'm gonna buy IBM. I'm gonna buy Apple. Once it get up, I'm gonna sell it away. Then I'm gonna buy something else. That's all these other owners are. These owners don't give a shit about these teams. It's a hobby. You know what I mean? It's a hobby. This is not a Mark Davis. This is not a hobby. This was not a hobby for Al Davis. This is not a hobby for Mark Davis. And it's a shame that people get on his helmet because he's not a football guy. Who gives a fuck? That's why you go get the people who are. When you run a business, I guarantee you, I work for Amazon. I bet you Bezos ain't never motherfucking loaded a trailer. Ain't never motherfucking built a pallet. Ain't never did picking. Ain't never did none of that shit. He started the company though. I be laughing at these motherfucking supervisors coming in there, trying to train people doing certain shit and I'm knowing the supervisor ain't never did that shit a day in their life. That's like trying to learn how to drive a stick shift just by reading the manual and not actually getting your ass in there and not fucking up the clutch. Same shit. You can't read no manual on how to drive a stick shift and then think you're going to jump into a motherfucking drive a stick shift. Hell fuck no. Give me somebody. That's why it's going to be more acceptable to have Antonio Pierce as a coach who used to play the game rather than have a motherfucker that only went to we're going to make this sound bad too. What was motherfucking McDaniels playing at a Division 8? This motherfucker played at a Division 8 college. This motherfucker was playing for the University of Phoenix. You know what I mean? Come on, bruh. But Pierce was actually a player in the league. That's the motherfucker you listen to. And exactly, Mark Davis did what he had to do. Now, some people may think, well, it took him long enough. But as an owner, bro, you got to make sure you exhaust that. You got to make sure that you're not too prematurely firing somebody right before they get it right. You got to be knowing like, okay, enough is enough. I gave you. So that way, a motherfucker can't say you ain't gave me an equal opportunity. No, he gave you equal opportunity. You just didn't do shit with it. It's time to go. I'm the same way. I was like, I don't fire him just yet. Let's just see if he could turn this shit around. Especially when we came to the part of the schedule where we had easy games. We should have beat the Bears. And I definitely wasn't fearing the Lions. I felt like, the Lions, they could be beat. Upsets happen. And we could have beat that team, bruh, if we were right with what we were doing. Because the defense was like, nigga, you kept them motherfuckers from touchdowns to only scoring 3 fucking points, 3, 6, 9 points, 3 field goals. I'm like, yeah, the defense is playing. Where the fuck is the offense at? That was the big complaint. You, the offensive coordinator and head coach, and that's the worst shit on this motherfucking team. And I thought that the fact that Mark Davis brought in Pierce to be the interim head coach was a good decision, because out of all the position groups on this team, who the one that outperformed what you expected? Which position group on this team did you guys get caught by surprise that you thought wasn't going to be good, but they end up being better than any other position group? And I'm talking about as a whole. You got the defensive line with the linebackers, the secondary. Who was the best? And I tell you, it's the linebackers. The linebackers impressed me this year. Spillane, Masterson, and all. I was impressed. Like, hey, to be honest with you, the linebackers are the ones giving you more production on the defense. Well, guess who was their coach? Oh, Antonio Pierce. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, I mean, it was just the stars were aligned to put this man in play. Hey, Lobby One, what's the deal, man? Tops. Man, Pierce is the right man for this. I got at Pierce on Twitter, man, and told him, hey, bruh, I'm trying to get these guys on these podcasts, you feel me? So I'm like, bruh, man, hey, I just want to talk about your upbringing, man, what got you into football, who was the Raiders you idolized, you know what I mean? And I told him, I said, God always chooses the right ones. God always chooses the right ones. For whatever lesson it is meant to be learned, he chooses the right ones. You know what I mean? So, man, let him run with that, man. Dark, what's the deal, man? Tops to you. Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate that. Raider Man 81 Tops. Yeah, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. If you woulda fired him at you know what I mean? It's like gambling, bruh. You try to cash in at the right, you know what I mean, before you lose shit back. You know what I mean? It is hard because you don't know. You're going by hunches and guesses, and it's just Like I said, I think after the Green Bay game that ruffled Mark Davis's feathers, he gave these guys the next 2 games, because you never know. Because we did win the Green Bay game. If we would have won Chicago and the Lions, that's a win streak, bruh. That's a win streak. And we beat a good team in Detroit if that would have happened. But the opposite happened. The opposite. So he took care of it. You know what I mean? Everything happens when it's supposed to happen, bruh. You know what I mean? I think we got a guy that has a potential of being our head coach. And this is the kind of guy that, rather than going out there trying to find retread, grab an old coach that failed elsewhere, you go grab somebody who's brand new to breathe life into your franchise, into your offense and your defense. Antonio Pierce is brand new. Same way with calling up Bo Hardegree. He's brand new. He's never been an offensive coordinator. Maybe the youth movement is what you want to go with. Let these guys come breathe life back into this franchise. New perspective. Got a better understanding of these younger players. They can better correlate with them. You know what I mean? Because I think Hardegree is like 34 years old, I think. He's not that old. He's not old. He can better relate with these younger dudes, man. That's why I said that Patriot Way shit, that shit dead. R.I.P. the Patriot Way. Rest in peace. We done with it now. We done with it. Now it's time to move on. What do we do now? What kind of team do you want to see this team out on the field and be? You know what I mean? That's what we need to be talking about. What kind of offense do you want to see now? One that's open, you know what I mean? Where you allow Aiden O'Connell to take shots downfield, Trey Tucker, Carter, you know what I mean? Not scared in the pocket. Offensive line, don't feel. Maybe the offensive line was performing because they under stress. You know what I mean? Under stress of a coach that was stressing them out. Because it's basically the same offensive line, but for it to be night and day different from the year previous, something wasn't right, bruh. You know what I mean? Some ain't right. It's almost kind of like a kid that's being abused at home. That motherfucker don't want to go home after school. He try to stay on the playground. He want to spend the night at his friends. He don't want, fuck that. I don't want to go home. They be beating me. You know what I mean? And maybe the offensive line was getting beaten up mentally. So we will never know unless people start talking about us talking out about it. But hey, we gonna see how this shit happen. I think the whole demeanor of this team is gonna be turned around. I think Sunday, these motherfuckers is gonna come out that tunnel lit. I'm talking about lit. Like, bro, I don't think we ain't seen a Raider team gonna give this effort in a long time. I got that feeling, bro. I got that feeling. It's just not going to be. We're going to see a different Raider team out there Sunday on both sides of the ball. Win or lose. At least they're going to go for it. At least they're going to strike. They're going to try to strike. You know what I mean? I think if they can adapt and pull from Pierce's personality, and that the team becomes a reflection of him, hey, it's straight out of Compton on the motherfucker, boy. Straight out of Compton. A young nigga named Ice Cube. Let's go. Matter of fact, man, let's get this one. I'm about to get the hype train going and shit. You know what I mean? Motherfucker love that shit. I might go to sleep listening to NWA and shit, bruh. Motherfucker get lit off of that one. Coming straight out of Compton. Let's go. Southern Caliphas. Simone. Hey, Raider, man, that could happen. Hey, you the floodgates might open, and that's what the season is not too late. Right now, we are exactly doing the math on the record. We got 3 wins. We're 3-5, 2 games down. The third team with the wild card right now are 2 games up. 3, 4, 5. They got 5 wins. Is it 5 wins for the third wild card in the AFC? I think that's what Cleveland. So we in the mix. Now, the division right now, this is the way it looks. Kansas City should be 3 games up on us. We still got to play them twice. And I bet you, and I can damn near put my bottom dollar on this one. I bet you Kansas City loses the next 2 games. I bet you Kansas City loses the next 2 games. Bet. And fuck Taylor Swift. Eat a light-skinned dick. You know what I mean? Fuck Taylor Swift. Bitch, I don't buy your CD. Nobody buys CDs anyway. And you ain't getting no digital download either. Or no stream, bitch. Fuck your flat booty washboard ass. And fuck Kelsey. Oh, dickhead Kelsey. Fuck Mahomes. They look like they struggling this year. But KC losing the next 2 games. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Well, here's the thing with Aiden. Aiden's a rookie. Aiden's still learning. Aiden's still being developed. But he has the right people around him to develop. They've entrusted him to be the starting quarterback. That's all a quarterback like him needs to hear. That's like the same thing with him in Purdue. Being the 8th on the depth chart at quarterback, working your way all the way up as a walk-on to be starter at Purdue and put up numbers to be in the record books for Purdue. You feel me? So him coming here, just having the coaches, which is especially the GM, Champ Kelly. Champ Kelly, like I said, been in the mix. And like, oh yeah, he's ready. Bo Hardegree, the QB coach, is also now the offensive coordinator, which he should be able to call the plays that better suits what Aiden O'Connell can do. That's what you wanted. Not to tell the players, this is my offense. Either get in where you fit in, get the fuck out. You got to fit my system. I think Hardegree is gonna fit the system, and he's gonna change some plays around. You're not gonna scrap the whole playbook like they said. You're gonna keep plays at work, but you're gonna add different variations into the play calling, and also that suits what Aiden O'Connell's skill set is. So, hey, see some bombs are coming, y'all. Bombs over Baghdad is coming. Yeah, you know where Bombs Over Baghdad is from. Outkast. Salute to Outkast, man. For real. All right, y'all. Let me get my yellow ass up off here, man. I thank y'all for pulling up, man. I hope you guys have been entertained. Shout out to everybody that's here for the first time. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, man. Like I say, this is all Raider Nation. Raiders Allegiance is all y'all welcome. Every Monday through Friday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. We are live and direct. Friday nights at 11 p.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Eastern. Dirty Lunatic Show. Saturday night, 11 p.m., 2 a.m. Eastern. It's the Dirty Lunatic Show. And Sunday morning, it is game day morning with the nation as we go out over the keys of victory for the Raiders versus the New York Giants or the New York Midgets. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, shout out to the 60 that's watching. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Support the channel, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you for partaking in this morning's episode. Man, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow's Friday, y'all. Hey, everybody in the chat, what's tomorrow? What show is tomorrow morning? Can I get a witness? What show is tomorrow morning, y'all, on Friday? No, it ain't no barbecue. Hey, there you go, Dark. Hey, what's the show tomorrow morning? Let the people that's here for the first time know what show is tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Huh? Yeah, that's right. Fuck your team Friday. Fuck your team Friday. We going in on the New York Giants and the hamstring of Darren Waller. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We going in on their ass. We going to have fun with it. We going to troll the fuck out of their ass. So tune in tomorrow if y'all want some laughs, because I'm going to go in on their ass. Y'all already know how I do. So you know you ain't going to miss out on shit. So remember, same Raider time, same Raider channel, man. Fuck your team Friday. Tomorrow, man, get with it or get left. You feel me? So with that being said, man, hey, Right, you know what it is. You know what it is. That's right. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button, man. Smash the shit out that thumb. Break it in 3 spots. You feel me? With that being said, I'm Lunatic Raider. This is Raiders Allegiance. You have been watching Good Morning Raider Nation Live Podcast. I see y'all tomorrow. You know what it is. Fuck your team Friday. I'm out this B.I.N.